Welcome to Attackett Adventures today. Today we're in the field of flags, so continue watching today and make sure you hit that like button and go subscribe to Attackett Adventures so you can see more videos like this that honor and respect the military and their families. And make sure you attack the day in your neighborhood. If you don't know what attack the day means, it means go seize the day for what it is. Like these people that these flags are for. Let's say a couple of names. Robert A. Day. Let's see this one. John B. Parks. Colin Swain, Army. Wilbur L. Tackett, U.S. Marine Corps. Thank you for your service. Edwin Kent Ray, Army. Continue watching. Stand up or die on your knees. A girl leaves her hat on, but she holds her right hand over her heart. Go.
Attack Day.
Anthem. Boy Scout Troop 98, led by Senior Patrol Leader Will Hill, will do the Pledge of Allegiance for us.
Audience, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Scouts, salute. Pledge. Pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
2. Scouts, about face. 4 march.
County Vietnam Veterans Chapter 966, Annual Field of Honor, where today we remember those who have served and are still serving in our military. My name is Dwayne Koppler. I'll be serving as your host. You see before you over 440 American flags, representing all who have served or are serving our country and keeping us safe. Once there was a draft, but today all serving are volunteers, giving up their homes, their jobs, and when deployed, their families, in order to protect us. These men and women have pledged their lives for the defense of our country. You, the audience, have shown your support by being here today to honor those brave men and women. Please remember them in your prayers, not only today, but every day. To assist Lauren Nielsen in posting the flag for Pepper, a canine that served in Iraq and lost her life there. Laura's husband, Dave, was a handler, and he couldn't be with us today. In the second position, the posting of the flag will be Ed Black, who served in World War II and was a survivor of the Normandy Day invasion. He was severely wounded, and he lives out at Fox Hollow now. And in position A1, just like it did last year, goes to Ray Lambert. And his wife Barbara will be posting the colors. We'll now have the reading Old Glory by Brian Breck.
Old Glory. I am the flag of the United States of America. My name is Old Glory. I fly atop the world's tallest buildings. I stand watch in America's halls of justice. I fly majestically over great institutions of learning. I stand guard with the greatest military power in the world. I stand for peace, honor, truth, and justice. I stand for freedom. I am confident, I am arrogant, I am proud. When I am flown with my fellow banners, my head is held a little higher, my colors are a little truer. I bow to no one. I am recognized all over the world. I am worshipped, I am saluted, I am respected, I am revered, I am loved, and I am feared. For more than 200 years, I have fought in every war. Gettysburg, Shiloh, Appomattox, San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, the Argonne Forest, Anzio, Rome, the beaches of Normandy, the jungles of Guam, Okinawa, Korea, Vietnam, in the heat of the Persian Gulf, Afghanistan, and a score of other places. Long forgotten by all, but those who were there with me, I was there. I led my soldiers and my sailors. I followed them, I watched over them, and they loved me. I was on a small hill on Iwo Jima. I was dirty, battle-torn, and tired, but my soldiers and sailors cheered me on. I was proud. I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of countries that I have helped to set free. It does not hurt, for I am invincible. I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of my own country. And when it is done by those whom with I have served in battle, it hurts. But I shall overcome, for I am strong. I have slipped the surly bounds of earth, and from the vantage point on the moon, I stand watch over the new frontiers of space. But my finest hours come when I am torn into strips to be used as bandages for my wounded comrades on the field of battle. When I fly at half-mast to honor my soldiers and sailors, and when I lie in the trembling arms of a grieving mother at the graveside of her fallen son or daughter. I am proud. My name is Old Glory. Long may I wave, dear God, long may I wave.
We'll now have the reading of the honorees by Jack and Kathy Berquist.
Nick Ainsworth, Don Allen, Elaine Ambler, Eric Ambler, Jim Ambler, Charles Athumant, Wilbur G. Ayers Sr., Robert Baxter, Jack Bergquist, Stephen Bybee, Harold Birch, Natalie Birdsell, Scott Birdsell, Keith Burkover, Edward Black, Thomas Harold Blue Jr., Gary Bobbitt, Donald Boito, Kieran Boito, Jason Bombardier, Ron Brand, Brian Breck, Raymond Brzezinski, Paul Brzezinski, Angel Kraft Brzezinski, Matthew Britt, Jeffrey Bryan, Paul Burton, Lou Capizito, Gerald Carl, William Carl, Kenneth Carlson, Robert J. Casey, Craig Castro Giovanni, Devin Caudill, Terry Lynn Cheek, Kenneth Clement, Michael Connor, Dan Conrad, Ray Cooper, Dwayne Koppler, William Koppler, Donald Patrick Corey, Brent Cunningham, Paul H. Davis, Robert Andrew Davis, George Degnan, Jim Dettinger, Robert H. Donaldson, Robert Peter Dowd II, Tom Elliott, Frank Fegler, Charles P. Fincham, Joan E. Fincham, Richard Fogel, Michael M. Foreman, Robert Forsman, Frank Fralix, Timothy Francisco, Ken Frederick, Ricky W. Fry, Bernard G. Gans, Gabriel M. Garcia, Manuel Garcia, Mitchell Garner, Nicholas Gianella, Gunther Graba, David B. Grubbs, Donald B. Grubbs, Lori Gunther, Michael Gunther, Rick Gutska, Walter Harshorn, William G. Hoffey, Kenneth P. Henke, Dale Hoxson, Lee Holbrook, James H. Holman, Bud Holzerland, James A. Howard, Dale Hudson, Josh Hertha, Elizabeth Isley, Lee Isley, Pearson Isley, Lauren Israel, Jim Jimerson, Don Kaufman, Ken Kaufman, Robert Keeling, Caleb Knowlton, Joe Christick Sr., Scott A. Christick, Timothy R. Christick, Bill Kruger, James Kruger, Frank Lamarca, Gary LaRouche, John T. Lattin, Russ Loudermilch, Ed Lauer, Zachary Lauer, Daniel Lautz, Ernst F. Laux Jr., Michael Lawless.
Tom Lawless, Sherry Leach, Albert Charles Leader, William Lindsay, John McDonald, Kevin Mahan, Matthew Majuri, Paul Malloy, Bill Mammal, Maurice Martin, Garrick McCallany, Gary McCallany, Larry McCallum, William McCord, Peter McCoy, William Peter McCoy II, William McNeil, David Nagel, Ronald Nagel, Paul Nicholas, Charles Nickerson, Alex Knoll, John O'Brien, Thomas Osborne, John Pantaleo, Billy Parrish, Philip Parsons, Marilyn Patterson, Mike Patullo, Jimmy Payne, Jeannie Peterson, Herman Phillips, Mark Phillips, Mike Pompa, James Pope, John Powers, Neil Pratt, Steve Presley, Dr. Evan Pacillo, Dr. Marie Cross Pacillo, Michael Pacillo, Thomas Puzak, Richard P. Quinlan III, Ron Rail, Michael Ricard, Frederick Ross, Larry Rushing, Mark Sales, Robert Sarlo, PFC John Schwalm, Sergeant John Schwalm, Ryan Scott, Peter Sealing, Mary Sealing, Bruce Sealing, William Seldamridge, Callie Schaffer, Mike Shapiro, Edwin Sheffield, Randy Sheffield, Dennis Sheridan, Jerry Sink, Mike Sink, James Skelton, Albert Smith Jr., Donald Snell, Charles Spellman, Charles Horton Spellman, Doug Spencer, Carl Stark, Thomas Stevens, Alec Sutton, Colin Swain, Isaac Swiftbird, Bill Sitko, Eric Tackett, William Tanner, Michael Tu, Richard Tusi Jr., Doc Tullis, James Turnage, Avery Vasquez, Luciano Vasquez, Mark Vonderhaar, Tom Wahlberg, Frederick Watts, Russell Waymack Jr., John Welsh, Casey Wenzel, Jerry Wicker, Jimmy Wicker, Larry Wicker, William Weibking, Richard Williams, Donald Williamson, John Wright, Patrick Wiley, George Zahuranik, Alan Zentar, Colonel, Kate Lyon Zentar, and John Zumwalt.
Laney Garner, Richard D. Garrison, Lawrence Giancola, Nicola Giancola, Robert Gonder, William Gonder, Bradley Gruber, Owen C. Gruber, Alden Guild, Donald R. Haggard, Henry C. Haggard, Phil Handyside, Chris Harris, Robert Hartshorn, Joseph Howie, Christopher A. Helms, John L. Hergenroder, Enrique Herrera, Frank J. Hollis, John J. Houlihan, John J. Houlihan Jr., James M. Hunkley, Stanley W. Jablonski, Leonard Jenke, Thomas Jarusinski, Jesse Javins, Stephen A. Jewell, Johnson Allen, Norman Kaufman, William Kenny, Donald Kern, Charles Kaling, Penn T. Kimball II, James Knowlton, Richard Kroll, Arnold Ray Lambert, Ray Lambert, Warren H. Lamone, John A. Latin, Raymond B. Lawless, Lee Leone.
Willard D. Ricker, Victor A. Ritter, Paul R. Robert, Robbie Ross, Edward Ruby, Robert Wayne Rule, Basil Rushing, Ronald Resnick, Dan Sedgwick, Jacqueline M. Salisbury, A.B. Sally Jr., Walter B. Shade, Dennis Lowick, Thomas W. Stevens, Dr. William Sturman, Jack Sullivan, Robert C. Swiger, Donald W. Taylor, Thomas E. Tew, David L. Thompson, William Marshall Thompson, Robert J. Thompson, Thomas E. Tosner, Mac P. Trent Jr., Larry L. Upole Sr., Herbert E. Wade, C. E. Wahlberg, Dr. Eric Wahlberg, John E. Wallace, John Earl Walters, Joel Wareham, Joseph Welsh, Jack Witter, Paul Ray Wicker, Rusty Wicker, Samuel J. Wicker Jr., Earl B. Willard, Roy C. Williams Jr., Willie Graham Williams, Herbert Woodruff, Richard Worster, Hugh Yarrington, Warren Yarrington, Walter Zipkis, Milton I. Zlotkin.
We got a bee that has just been buzzing around everybody up here. We'll have the benediction by Pastor Culp, and then taps will be played by Ben Benjamin.
Will you please stand for the benediction? About 4,000 years ago, there was a man that was leading a troop of families across the desert. They worked through land, they crossed through a sea, they had air support through prayer. Now I'm a little bit biased because I am a Marine, but I think Joshua was a Marine. In Joshua chapter 1, verse 9, God speaks to Joshua. He says, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened. Do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." You could sum up those words in the famous words, Semper Fidelis. In whatever land you're about to take, it could be a living room, it could be a kitchen, it could be in your workplace, wherever you are, be Semper Fidelis. You are here to serve other people. And be reminded that God is with you.